tip. I'm so excited.
But let's keep it together. At least until the first death.
I hope your front door is locked and your phone is switched off. It's match time. And nothing can come in the way of a head coach and his Blood Bowl.
Will we see a 2-0 whitewash for the Skaven, or will the Dwarves take it to a third game, come back in the second punch-in? We'll find out. The game will be live casted by Crendor and Sage, and we hope you enjoy this one, guys.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So, I feel like I'm the color commentary because I feel like you're far better at analyzing everything than I am.
Why, thank you.
So you're like the seasoned veteran, I think, that just knows what's actually happening. I just kind of make fun of things.
That makes sense. You're the colorful one, and I'm the specialist.
Yeah. So right now, I like looking at the names. So on the dwarf team, we got Elgernod Kegstand, Grimos Rumchug, Hald Gold Flask, Zamzen Never Sober, which I wonder if he really is never sober. Makes me wonder. Bacon the Angry Drunk. I feel like he's going to hurt someone. I hope he does. Dagos Foambeard, Thurn Black Liver, and Bazor. Wait, no, I already did Bazor Rock Bottom. Did I? Bazor Rock Bottom. Maybe I didn't. Porkek the Sad Drunk. That's sad. Cold Beer Belly, and Vorum Cold Filter. So that's the dwarf team. And I think the Skaven team, he's still like swapping people in and out, so I'll wait a bit here. So who do you think is going to do well this game? Because I know the Skaven won the first game. So what do you think?
So based on how they played the first game, I would guess that this one goes to the Skaven as well. Now the Mighty Blow might just make a difference though, but he's really he's not just been outlucking him. I think he's been outcoaching him as well. Ooh, and the kick is out of bounds.
Touchback. All right, so Finch is gonna get the ball, and hold on, let me just run over these people real quick. So we got Lee. I don't even know how to say that. Lead Triture, Surd Cut, Weakit. Oh, he's gonna get pushed. Bromore, Snilla Trap, Cried Triture, Respira, Dick. I bet chat's yelling at me because I'm saying all the names wrong. And Skelf. Alright, so who's giving him
crazy block dice so far?
Yeah, it's some pretty decent dice. Alright, Keg Stand goes down. He's not Keg Standing anymore.
So the Skaven team did keep the strength 2, by the way.
That is true. And the Rumchug's knocked out here. So down goes the Rumchug. So he's going to be out until possibly halftime. Or until someone scores, but I don't think anyone's going to score till halftime.
Mighty Blow doing a thing.
Good old Mighty Blow. Another defender stumbles. And he's just going down.
I guess if the Dwarves had 11 players, they would have output that, but with 12 men, they can afford not to.
Yeah. It's actually getting pretty good hits, since the Dwarves have AV9.
And Thick Skull. Yeah.
And Thick Skull. Let's see. What will he do next? He's going to move his Gutter Runner over to the right side behind the other Gutter Runner. And there's the Skaven turn. Let's see the Dwarf retaliation, because I feel like he's going to retaliate pretty heavily here after already getting a guy knocked out.
I expect the Dwarves to be doing a lot more basing now. So they'll want to keep one guy back at least to prevent some early run out, but they really want to get connected and get their blocks in. They don't have to cage, so they can really afford to get as many players in touch as possible.
Alright, well let's see if that is exactly what he does. I think right now he's just thinking about what he wants to do. Analyzing the field.
Yeah, so with 4-minute turns, you can really afford to take your time and think it through, which doesn't make for the most exciting watching per se, but it does mean that players can really make their decisions based on their judgment rather than their sense of urgency.
That is true, and usually early in the game, they're going to make more logical, smarter decisions than later in the game when they're getting a little more emotional.
They're going to go full tilt.
Hopefully.
So
I
I
hope
expect
so.
to see a 3-die on this sidestep gut, which means no Mighty Blow punch.
Black Liver moving on up. Up, Rock Bottom's blitzing. He's got triple dice. But they both have blocks, so they both stand tall. That's a strong gutter runner to withstand that Rock Bottom hit.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
And the Angry Drunk just sits in the back.
So nowhere near as much marking as I would have expected. I guess he's worried about the Skaven rushing past him if he moves too many players forward, but this does leave him relatively exposed to being blocked back, so the Skaven will get more blocks out of this turn than the Dwarves did, so that's not very helpful.
No, it is not, but even though he's trying to stop the Skaven from really just sprinting down there, I mean, they're still the Skaven. They're still going to find some way to get down the field. Black
Well, I
goes
guess
down.
one thing that could help is if he manages to make the Skaven score early. The worst thing that can happen is another long stalling drive, which allows the Skaven to just take their time and not give the Dwarves any time to retaliate.
Yeah, that is true. Because if he can get the ball, well, he is going to get the ball a second half, and then if he's already down, he's going to try to have to move his Dwarves down the field pretty quickly to tie it up or hope that nothing goes badly. But usually, if he can get them to score earlier rather than later, he can at least get some sort of retaliation. Plus, he does have the Wizard.
That's right, the Dwarves are going to look for a great opportunity to probably fireball a cage. When you're playing as elves, typically you'll want to use the lightning bolt to pop the ball, but with Dwarves it's really all about positioning and dominance, in which case a fireball is probably better. But I guess Mallak also knows this, so we'll be trying to keep the ball back rather than cage it.
Yeah, I imagine he doesn't want to really group his rats up here. Do you normally, like, ever have your rats, like, caged up? I'm just curious, because I don't really play Skaven.
So I play Skaven quite a bit, and it really depends on how the game is going. If you're able to dominate enough that you can safely cage up and not get into any trouble, sure, why not? However, usually you're quite undermanned, so I think one of the most typical plays for Skaven is actually the sideline cage, which you can make with only 3 players. Preferably a sidestepper holding the ball on the sideline, and then the 2 corners that are exposed occupied by his teammates, and that's a very efficient way to get 3 fast players all the way downfield while you try to keep the rest of the team away from them.
So do you think he's going to try and do that, or do you think he is afraid of that fireball? Or do you think he might even try to bait it out somehow? Oh! Weak it stand.
Yeah, we got a KO for for the dwarves on the rats, so that helps a bit. Now I do think a sideline cage is iffy if you're up against a wizard, because if one of the corners goes down, you're already exposing yourself to a crowd surf on your ball carrier, which means it could go just about anywhere. So I think against a wizard, you only want to do that if you have a screen around it still, so that the sideline cage is itself protected as well. So I don't expect you to do that unless you have.
I see. Do you think it's even possible he saves it for when he's on offense to score easier?
I wouldn't count on that. I think if he saves it, the goal is to save it for overtime rather than for offense. The wizard is really, really a defensive tool in my opinion.
I see. All right.
It's not even all that good for dwarves, because the main purpose of the wizard is to make sure that the ball goes from the opponent's team to your team, and dwarves are not exactly good at capitalizing on the loose ball that the wizard can often produce. So quite often you'll see that dwarves decide to choose a bribe, for instance, instead of a wizard. Although if that leaves you with 50k for a babe, that's not that good. Because of thick skull, you don't need babes nearly as often.
That is quite true. I feel like I just play the wizard badly whenever I play, but I'm also not a professional, so it makes sense. Up! An injury! But it's just a badly hurt, but that's still a loss for the Skaven team.
Yep, getting the hits in is huge. It's a big deal right now. Ooh,
and it was
a punch
angry
on the
drunk.
rat ogre.
Oh, rat
But
ogre
alas,
does get him.
he's nearly down on the ground.
He does have to roll to get back up though, so that's a little bit of annoyance for him.
Yeah, getting your rat ogre down means you'll probably have to blitz with him in order to get any use out of him. Now, normally on developed Skaven, that's kind of a bad thing, because you have these storm vermin that are much better to blitz with. But on a rookie team like this, with no skills on the storm vermin, having to blitz with a rat ogre is actually not all that bad.
Yeah, that does make sense. I'm just happy because Angry Drunk is the one that injured that guy. I was calling that from the start. Very happy.
Yeah, simply getting some punches in early is good. Now, the Skaven did choose to keep their strength 2, which means they've got 14 players. So, you know, a badly hurt lineman and a KO'd lineman is not really going to hurt them too much. One effect is, of course, that the more you're hurting linemen, the easier it gets to actually start to injure the real players on the Skaven team.
That is true. Once the front lines fall, everybody else is just exposed.
Right, so he's setting up to blitz with the rat over here, bringing in an assist so he doesn't go into a 1-die on the follow-up, I guess. Ball carrier retreats a bit. He can still get just about anywhere.
Yeah, especially that 9 movement. I believe they're the fastest in the game, right?
Yeah, they are the fastest to start off with.
Hey there.
What's going
Thanks
on,
for joining
guys?
in, VGPurist. Welcome.
So this time, the big difference is that he's got 2 gutter runners, so the dwarves could kind of tell which way that the offense is going as well. It's going to be strafing along the one side there. I don't know which way you guys are looking at it.
From where I'm looking, the rats are north and the dwarves are south. So
Yeah, that's me too.
Okay.
So the gutter is running down, and the other gutter, the sidestep one, is on the right side for us.
Yeah, and that's going to make a big difference today. So the dwarves, since it's all about the positional kind of defense, they need to really react harder to where the gutter runner is.
Yes, definitely true. The Skaven cannot really switch sides
Oh, the
nearly
skull.
as effectively as they normally would. And a stun on the line rat there.
Now the big question is, does he want to score now? Because he could totally just take the gutter runner around the right side again and just hold the ball like he did at the end of the second half.
Not only that, but he can actually blitz away. Well, he can probably blitz away some of the more threatening ones. So the dwarves will really have to push their players right down here.
And he's still doing a good job at not grouping up his rats. So he's avoiding getting fireballed pretty well.
I think he just doesn't want to commit to anything yet, as long as as long as he doesn't have to, because you know if he commits now, he's just pushing for an early score.
Yep. Oh! Rat ogre knocked out. That's pretty big. Very big, actually. Quite literally.
Wow, that
And he will
is
use the Apo again.
huge. Yeah, so he apoed the rat ogre. Good call. I would have definitely apoed that as well. But that means we've got 2 players out on the Skaven team and the apo gone. So that is pretty big. And now we have some pressure on the ball.
The sad
So-
drunk.
Good play,
So
good play.
The gutter can go back to 1 square from the end zone or in the end zone, but that's really an unfavorable position. That's going to get you in trouble.
I feel like
Dwarves?
even the sad drunk here, he's gonna go to try to hit that gutter runner, but because of how sad he is, I feel like his luck's just gonna be bad. I feel like his rolls aren't gonna be great.
They still have a wizard there for the dwarves, so if the Skaven muffs it up again, then dwarves could turn this into a touchdown.
Oh wait, the rat ogre's still there. What did I miss? Did he like keep him in?
He apoed it.
Ah, okay. Black liver getting knocked around pretty hard today. Not good for his liver, which is already black. Let's see. It looks like he's actually keeping that, from his point of view, left side pretty open, so he could just sprint down it.
Yep. That might actually be the better way to go because pretty soon we're going to see a wizard use if he stays back there.
Yeah.
And don't
'cause
forget
then
the
that,
lightning bolt has the mighty blow inherent in it, so it's really likely that the armor value 7 may not hold.
Oh yeah, that 7 AV. Not gonna be too fun for him if he does get hurt.
The line rat right there needs to get up and do something with his life because he's just laying down right there.
He's done, dude.
He's just, I'm sorry, the gutter runner.
Oh yeah. He looks done. He looks in pain. They should just bring the stretcher out.
Yeah, so he does have 3 gutters, which means he's not in as terrible a shape as suggested.
Oh yeah, he does have 3 gutter runners, guys. How did I miss that?
Now he's on the move.
This is very aggressive.
Well, before he had the gutter runners all on one side. That's what I really meant.
Not the result he's looking for. He really wanted a knockdown here to form up his cage.
Yeah. I'll at least get to push him away though, which is alright.
But that still leaves the ball carrier exposed in the next turn after a push on that storm vermin over there.
That's true. Can that troll slayer actually get down there? I think the sad drunk can make a big time play.
Yeah, he definitely has a chance now at the ball. The dwarves. Oh, feeling a little remorse coming back.
Oh, you got out of that one.
Tricky Skaven. So now the Dwarves
Alright.
do have an attack on the ball for sure.
Very easy hit on the ball. They only need a push.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right, so
Oh.
well, that's unexpected. I really did not think he would wizard here. He
Wow.
didn't need it.
Well, it also
He
got
actually-
lucky for him.
You really could have waited until the end of the turn just to do the blitz, and then at the end of the turn, then do it if the block didn't come out right. But
Well, yeah. Well, end of turn wizards really don't work out. I don't think I've ever done one in the mid of a drive. Like only if I know that the opponent will score guaranteed at the end of a drive would I do an end of turn wizard. I think.
So, can you explain the difference between the lightning and the fireball for everybody that doesn't really know a lot about wizards?
yes, yeah. So
Yeah, sure.
lightning bolt. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So the lightning bolt is a 4+ roll, so it's a 50-50 shot at knocking the player down. Sorry, that's the fireball is a 4+ shot at knocking the player down, but it can hit a 3x3 square area, so it can pretty much zap an entire cage and has a chance of knocking a bunch of them down. Whereas the lightning bolt, sorry about that, is a 2+ roll. So only a 1 in 6 chance of failure, but it only targets one player. So you generally use the lightning bolt if you really want the ball to go down, and that's very useful if you have a lot of agility. Whereas if you're really just trying to attack a formation and weaken a dense cage, then the fireball is often better.
It's perfect right here for the Dwarves. That's what they really want. They want to get into a scrum. They want to get the rats to get based right next to them so they can get melee and hit them around. That's what they want right there.
And the
Man,
sad
this is-
drunk sparking that big hit, and now that ball's right in the middle of all those rats and dwarves.
Oh yeah, this is perfect for the Dwarves right here, and could be a turnaround. And this is the possession half for the Skaven, so just
Well,
stopping them is great.
considering the dwarves had a shot at the ball already and decided to use a wizard anyway, not getting a safe pickup is actually, subpar for their turn.
That is true, but then at least they have a better shot than what it was before. I think, looking at the tournament and looking at all the past games, you see that some people are holding the wizard a little too long and not using it when they really should have, and I think that might have come into play right here.
Yeah, we saw that in Bucky's game. He just held on to the wizard. But to be fair, the turn in which he should have used it was after a turnover, which the client actually does not allow us to do.
Yeah, you're right about that. He should have did the blitz, get the block on, get a follow-up with this wizard, if anything, right there, he didn't have to use it. But seeing how he did lose the first game, I think just trying to square it up now is his thought.
Here comes the rat blitz, and that's not very good for him.
Ooh, that's horrible.
And that's a little better. Almost not very good again, though. But
So the Troll Slayer goes onto the ball and goes down
oh,
and
the angry
out.
drunk's injured.
That is huge.
Shit, dude.
That's our guy.
Just
Not
that's
the angry
hurt, though.
drunk.
But it is the
Not
mighty
the
blow, so
angry drunk.
obviously he's
Oh.
being appoed.
Oh yeah.
All right,
he
he's
got
coming
it, he got
back.
it, bro.
Thank God.
And that guarantees him coming back as well, because it was just a badly injured, so that
Ooh, the
guarantees him to come
bounce
back.
on a line rat who catches on a 6. Now that is not good for the Skaven. That means they can no longer snatch up the ball, which
Yeah.
was the plan for the turn.
That was absolutely terrible. Why did you pick it up, man?
Yeah, he's definitely gonna get a beating in the next turn. Looks like it might be from the sad drunk. He's already beat up a few people today.
It's
to
also going to
really
be very tough to
relieve his
cover his
sadness.
position. It's also going to be very tough to cover his position because of this wall of dwarves that surrounds these 3 remaining rats to the south here. So I think the dwarves might have a shot at actually getting that ball still.
He has a tremendous opportunity at this point. Tremendous.
And he did have to roll a 6 to catch that, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a 6+.
that was a 6+ roll.
Yeah.
Not really the best time to roll a 6, but he did it.
Darn
That's
those
why he's a
automatic
line rat.
successes.
Didn't I do good, coach? Look, I've got the ball.
That's why you're a line rat, third cut.
Just take the hits. That's all you're really meant for.
All right, well, here
Here
comes his death.
So the dwarves are probably going to be freeing up their runner to do the pickup afterwards, and in the process might also be able to pick up an assist somewhere.
He's freeing it up now. He should even get a push combination on the runner.
It's fine, really. As soon as he brings an assist in, he's got a 2-die followed by another 2-die from the Frenzy, from the Troll Slayer, after which he might even be able to block the Rat Ogre off.
Yeah, and then... Oh man, everything is just aligning. He just needs to make sure he has a nice cage.
He's going for the Rat Ogre. No, he's going for the Rat Ogre first, actually, which works as well.
He's wasting all his defender down dice. That's how I feel whenever I do these kinds of things.
Well, he only needs it both down, really, so that's alright.
Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Watch us all pushes on the die. He should let that go.
Here comes the ball lottery.
Nah, he didn't let it go, yeah.
And he lost.
And as expected, he's still got his runner available to do the pickup with.
Perfect. Problem now is, where will he put his ball carrier? Will be really safe, I think.
Do you think
Between
he'll
the
try to
guard
score, or do you
and,
think he'll just hold it?
Yeah,
I think he'll
hold it
try
right
to
there.
score.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna try to score.
So with this formation, the guard is really doing an epic job on the dwarf team, because there's pretty much no way to get even a 1-die block on the ball without even needing a full cage.
It'll be down to the wrestle gutter runner. That's the only real shot, but I think he'll just try to pry open the cage. No real rush for the Skaven team. Sure, he lost the ball, but Dwarves still have to prove it. He still needs to go down the pitch, and he needs to go pretty much the full length, all the way to the 14-yard line by the time it's round 7, which is a couple turns.
This is my favorite part. This is where crazy stuff starts happening.
Now, that's the beauty of Blood Bowl right there, is that, you know, no matter what, I mean, I've casted many games, and every game is just absolutely different from another. Now we're all just holding our breath.
However, Black Liver is holding the ball, and as we said before, he seems pretty weak. If they're gonna get a good shot off on him, I think it might actually work if he takes a gutter runner shot. Most other people, when they're gonna get hit from a gutter runner, you know, they'd be fine. But Black Liver specifically,
Ooh, inopportune,
animal.
but
So now that you guys can see the skills, you can tell why this dwarf with guard is in such a great spot. So I think the real challenge for the dwarves is the clock. They've only got 3 more turns after this, and as you all know, their stunty little legs don't carry them all that far.
yeah, that is true.
he has enough to make it to the end zone without really making any real big-time risks. So that's 12 spaces, 13, 14, 15, 16 spaces away, and he's got 6 movement allowance, so...
That's assuming there's no opponent team, though.
Yeah, that's true, but he is still in range, so not too bad.
If the Skaven manage to get in his way this turn and he doesn't pass, then scoring is pretty much impossible, I think.
Oh, Dwarf knocked out.
Oh my gosh. And the Skaven luck continues here with those huge hits and the armor breaks. I can't believe the luck that the Skaven's having. I never get this much luck when I play Skaven. Eventually
I
get a
have.
both team.
Yeah, sure. I've had Skaven play like this.
You know, if
It's
it was me,
lovely.
I would have 3
It's-
Skaven left.
It's absolute fun. Yeah.
I told you, dude. Crazy stuff's happening.
Oh no. Now he could be able to get a hit on, and then after that, get the blitz through. I think that's probably the
Double
only real
both.
way. Yeah, he's got. Oh no.
Ooh, that's
Oh,
a nasty
no.
double skulls right there. That's not what you need on a turn like this. The dwarves are going to be really, really pressured right now.
Yeah, he should still be able to get the blitz off, but and then move away. So he should still be okay here.
Well, if he's moving away, then he's moving to the right flank, where he has no backup whatsoever. So then we'd be looking at a potato play, basically. Just run out there and hope for the best, because there's no way through down here.
Yeah, well, at least it's still. I mean, he's got the ball, you know, and so
For now.
for now, yeah. Oh, he did the blitz.
The carrier
Nice.
is blitzing to get rid of that tackle zone on him, which is good because otherwise he'd be looking at a 1-die, but that means he's not going very far this turn, which again puts the clock as the dwarf's worst enemy right now.
I feel like that's a miss right there. I think he should have blocked with a long beard, and then after that, and then blitz the storm vermin off, and then run away that way.
To be fair, if the dwarves just manage to stop the Skaven from scoring this half, then they've already done their job, right? Stopping the opponent from scoring in their receiving drive is like half a win already.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need to do. It's just make sure that they stop that touchdown, so the Skaven team won't have a real shot at winning the game. At worst, it'll be a overtime play.
Of course, stalling in the second half for dwarves could still lead to a Skaven one-turn touchdown, especially with the Rat Ogre. Getting a frenzy push in is really quite doable, so they're protecting against a one-turn is pretty tough for the dwarves.
That's a huge stun right there. That is huge. Needed that stun to come through, so now he doesn't have to worry about that safety.
What is that? Cold filter.
Look at that
This-
right there. And the Dwarves has a real shot, though. Skaven team is a little bit more on their back foot now. This is perfect if you're playing Dwarves. And if you're rooting for them, by the way, guys.
So if Black Leopard wants to score, he'll need 3 GFIs in the next 2 turns. But suddenly we do have something of an open Knockoff threat back here in Vorum Cold Filter, who would also skill on a touchdown. So that is good news for the dwarves. Now the Skaven are going to want to mark Cold Filter up and at the same time block the progress on Black Liver here. And they don't have a whole lot of players available to do that with. So they're going to be hard put to achieve both those objectives this next turn.
Yeah, that's right. He's going to have to put the Gutter Runner on that Dwarf or something like that to stop this.
I
Oh,
expect
no, he's
we'll also
gonna...
see the Rat Ogre blitzing to get
Oh
connected to the
man,
ball carrier
the
there.
Red
go.
Ogre Blitz.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, no, that was not a blitz.
That's
that
not a
was
blitz.
not a blitz.
Oh,
The gutter runner with Russell is going to make the blitz because he's got a really good shot at taking the ball out. But
I
now
see.
the runner is going to be all by himself for a pitch and catch. If he doesn't cover with the other gutter runner, which I don't see him doing.
I think we'll see the Storm Vermin blitz in order to free himself up and assist with defending further back. Nope, just a block then.
No, he's setting up for that gutter runner blitz. This is no question. He's leaving that runner alone. So if this doesn't work out right, then the Dwarves will have a real shot at making a touchdown here at the end
Yep,
of the
this
first
is an
half.
all or nothing play by
This
Coach
is an all or
Mallak.
nothing. And this is really because he's up 1-0 and he can make this play. There we go.
Oh,
He's got it. Oh, he got the re-roll.
Ugh.
And just a push, but he's gonna reroll that.
Oh, he rolled the skull. Oh,
And there we go.
ouch.
And he's
oh, that's
stunned.
gotta hurt.
And a stun, so the dwarfs are gonna have. Oh, he's just gonna be able to just run up there, leisurely, just catch it to the other dwarf, and he will be able to make a really good shot at getting a touchdown at the end of the half.
Yeah,
Wow.
one GFI puts him at a handoff, but he might actually just play to run it in instead.
The thing about this is that the Skaven is so quick and they have dodge, so it might be all or nothing right here, I think, for the dwarf team. And they're not risking anything at all. So I think that it's still okay for them to make this.
The 3-die on the gutter is good.
It's good. No follow through. We'll follow through. Oh, he's blitzing, so he can move. Move out the way. So now,
Given the lack of available players on the dwarf team to actually move up, I think we will see a handoff play here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna see what kind of coach he is right now. Is he gonna make the handoff? I think he is, and I think he should.
Another rat out.
Wow, look
Dang.
at all the injuries, and that's huge.
I feel like he's gonna stumble. Something's gonna go badly. Something
Well, the
bad's gonna
Skaven
happen.
probably still have a full squad second half, so that's not too big a deal. They might include a strength 2 if they're unlucky on the KO rolls, but probably not.
There
There we
he
go.
goes.
There we go. He's gonna make the move. Oh,
Nope, he's going for the conservative GFI option. So he'll want to make 2 this turn unless he uses a reroll on the first, in which case he'll... Oh, he does! That's huge!
Called it,
That
dude.
is
Black
huge.
liver.
Oh no!
Don't trust him.
Back to back? No.
So he's
Okay.
not going to make the second GFI, obviously, which is why you
Yeah.
always want to plan your turn one square at a time and don't click the final square before you know whether you need the reroll on the first one.
Yeah, that's
But this
exactly
does-
right.
But this does mean that if he could get a pushback, that would be enough to prevent this guy from scoring, although he'd still have the scoring threat. But I expect it will be very, very tough for the Skaven to defend. They are thoroughly out of position. Their sidestepper might get on the furthest runner, but he's not going to get on the ball carrier. And the other gutter could get on the ball carrier, but that would just get him surfed. So really the Skaven have no defensive position here, which means the Dwarves are probably just going to make their 2 GFI play in order to score.
One of the most brilliant things I saw on the Skaven Gutter Runner is diving tackle. And wouldn't he love to have diving tackle right about now so that all he needed to do was just stick his Gutter Runner on there and that's it.
Yeah, the thing about diving tackle is that it really only becomes good if you have block, dodge, and sidestep. And in a short-term tournament like this, that just doesn't really work.
No, yeah, I know. It's just the way things are, but still, he would have loved to have it right about here.
That second go for it roll he made after he fell, he actually only rolled a 2, so he almost fell again.
Yep, that was the minimal roll with which you can still make a GFI.
So if you're the Skaven right here, what are you trying to do? Because you need to make a desperation defensive move.
I think he might just want to blitz with the Rat Ogre, dodge out on a 4+, and try to hit that troll. So first, he wants to mark the runner with the sidestep. But I think his only shot at preventing a touchdown here is the Rat Ogre Blitz on the Troll Slayer, which is scary stuff because you've got a 4+ blitz, you don't have a reroll for it.
Whoa!
Oh, and there it goes.
GFI fail. Ouch.
But what I was going to suggest too is that, well, you know, I mean, if I were him, I would just get in front of the Dwarves and make it to where I would touch this runner and get in front of the runner with the Gutter Runner, and then just make it to where it's a little bit more difficult, but not to the point where I sacrifice my players, because remember, it's still a best of 3, and if he ends up losing it, then at least you don't lose your best player.
Yeah, let's try and
I'm
make
being
him roll the
corrected
dice.
here in the chat that the Rat Ogre already stood up, so that's no longer an option. But I do think that's what I would have done in his situation. Although it would involve a GFI as well. But really, getting the tail on that ball carrier is about the best he can do in this situation. Or he could try a half die on the ball, but really the odds of that working are a bit slim.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't even mark the ball carrier. I would just get in front because, well, the thing about it is that he is in danger of getting surfed out with a blitz.
Well, he's probably not getting surfed because the one guy who could easily do that is actually gonna be blitzing.
Oh, the
him.
blitz!
Here we go. Oh, he's gonna get through.
Ooh, just a push. But this guy has sidestep, which means his positioning here is huge. That is very interesting. This could be big. If that sidestepper doesn't go down right now, that might just put up a defense. Although between Frenzy,
he's got the Troll Slayer Frenzy, so he cannot step in front of the ball carrier, directly in front of the ball carrier. He can only step to the top left of the ball carrier.
yeah, so he's gonna get blocked 3 times, and he needs to survive all 3 in order to really get in the way.
Well, unless the runner takes that away from him and then he forces it.
Another rat coming in.
It's gonna go mark the other runner. Yeah, that's smart.
And here it is.
So, do or die.
Now remember, even if the Skaven, if the Dwarves don't score here, they've still got the advantage this match because they're going to be receiving, they're going to make a slow plodding 8-turn drive, and if the Rats don't stop them, then the Dwarves might still have a great shot at this game, which means we will have a third match in this best of 3 matchups because the Skaven have won the first game quite liberally, and the Dwarves are looking like the favorite for the second one. So we might very well see a third match this evening in this epic matchup.
Oh man.
And the double
into
push.
a push, which means we get a frenzy block still.
Yeah, there is going to be a frenzy, so this is where he's going to choose. He's got to choose. Okay, he's going to go that way. Interesting, but...
Oh, and another push. That means the last block has to do it. It also means he... Oh,
no, he's
he
choosing
does
both
not
down.
choose the push. Okay, fair
He still
enough.
has a blitz. He still has a blitz, so he can blitz through.
He could, but if that's a push as well, then he's looking at a 4+4+3+ dodge, which is not very good. And that's without a reroll even. Now
I've
he's
seen
just looking
crazier
at
things,
4+3+ right here.
There we go. And,
Oh, he
my
makes the
gosh.
pow! Wow.
That's a huge... But he still needs to prove
still
the
got-
go-for rolls.
Yeah, he still needs 2 GFIs with no reroll to make this, but that POW is huge. That gives him a very, very reasonable shot at this. It's a stun, but it doesn't matter. Now let's see if these little
I
dwarves
don't
can
trust
run.
him. Don't trust Black Liver.
Here we
It's
go.
gonna fall.
Here we go.
Come
Black liver's
on,
gonna
come
fall.
on, make the rolls
No,
already.
I'm
yeah,
closing my
there he
eyes.
goes, there
I
he goes,
can't-
there he goes.
Oh!
Yes! Oh, wow!
And knocked
That
out.
is gorgeous.
Telling
That
you,
is some
dude.
beautiful blood bowl right there.
Never trust a
Yes.
Black Liver.
Oh, no.
They call it the tripwire for a reason, the end zone GFI. That was beautiful.
Oh.
Never trust a Black Liver. Look at that. That's 3. Did he fall down 2 or 3 times? I think it was 3.
That was a nightmare. They ain't got that touchdown. They could have just leisurely just pushed up the field in the second half. And if I score, then good. If not, fine.
Dude, to me, it's a
Okay.
lot like horse racing. A lot of it is just their names. Their names determine their skill.
You
I'm
seem to be right
barging in,
about that,
guys.
Crendor. You seem to be right.
Nuffle favors the names.
The next time I'm gonna name my guys the Go-Getter, the GFI Maker.
Guys, I'm going to barge in because I want a piece of this action. When someone falls down on the on the end zone, I want to talk about it.
All right, welcome back, cKnoor, and I'll see you guys in the third game.
If there's going to be a third one.
Well, thank you so much, Sage and VGPurist. Crendor, it's just you and me. How do you feel?
I feel scared and awkward.
Good. That's how I like it.
Me too.
That was... did you expect that first half?
You know what? With Black Liver holding the ball, I did. I called it time and time again, and he answered the call. You know, the gods aren't on his side.
Yeah, I mean, this game definitely started out a lot rougher for Skaven than the last one. Still have a full team, only 2 pieces out, and one of them's KO'd. Of course, there's one lineman here on the that's still in their serves, but that's a strength too. And this is actually kind of both of the Longbeards on that are in the KO box for Knockoff still out. That's not going to be nice. Now I have to do some quick math. That should mean that the Dwarves only have 10 players on the pitch, right?
I believe so. Unless he had 4, 5, 8. Yeah, 10. He only got 10.
But it is their drive, so all they have to do is cage up, secure the ball, and on turn 16, just walk it in.
You make it sound easier than it is, though.
Yeah, yes. I mean, last... Oh. Okay. Well, this possibly changes everything. This game
Again,
they did
liver.
go for a really deep kick.
Curse of the Black Liver. Ever since he touched it, it's just been going downhill. He's got to get cold filter in there. That's the big switcheroo he's got to make.
Cold filter has guard though. You probably want to put cold.
It doesn't matter, dude. He's got the gods on his side. He's got Nuffle there.
Okay. Rat Ogre did not want to move anywhere. This is going to be interesting because, of course, this is a blitz, which, for those of you that don't know, it's one of the kickoff events that happens at the start of each drive, and blitz is a really bad one if you're receiving, because it essentially means that the other team gets 1 turn that is not on the scoreboard or anything. They get to move everyone that's not on the LOS, and in those cases,
stuff like this happens.
It could have been worse if the kick had actually been short. The rats would probably be holding the ball right now. At this point, I don't think anyone can actually reach it. But what they can do is stop all of the dwarves from reaching it, because of course they're really freaking slow.
That they are. And I mean, he got Angry Drunk back on the field, so that's a good thing for him.
A good start. Just from your perspective, do you, if you were to play either of these teams, which one would you pick? Which one do you think you'd have more success with?
I would say I'd pick the Skaven, just because I normally play Lizardmen, so I like having that skink speed.
Yeah.
And with the Gutter Runners, you pretty much have that, and then the Croxagore and the Rat Ogre, I really like that. So I think I'd favor the Skaven more if I were to pick one. Yeah. What about you?
And this is, of course, well, I mean, I'm an elf coach, so I'm gonna pick Skaven every time. I play dwarves when I'm angry, when I want to hurt something, when I want to ruin something beautiful. This is probably the best thing that could have happened for the rats. Oh, well, okay, at least some retaliation from the dwarves.
Well, there's a Surd Cut. He's already got -1 movement as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what the dwarves can do here, because all of their players are based by 1 rat at least. We talked in the first match, me and Lewpac, that the dwarves, of course, they don't really have that much movement. Meaning, it's difficult for them if they get out of position. And because of that blitz, this is definitely out of position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not very fun having the ball only a few spaces away from your own end zone with very slow units.
So, I mean, we were like just and a skull rerolled into a push.
Did have to use a reroll on it though, so now he's only got 2.
Yeah, and of course, if this half tie squeaks, okay, here we go.
Damn,
that's
strength
now,
on.
Yeah, that's luckily, if you can say that for Mallak, that's just a line rat that he doesn't really care about. But of course, getting it does mean that regardless, that player's out for the next game. So if this goes into game 3, that line rat is not taking part. Okay, just a stun.
Just a stun.
It does free up this runner here in the back. So they'll probably run there and try and pick up the ball. The problem, of course, is that it has to do a GFI, and if he fails to pick it up, then it might scatter out, which is probably bad. So this might... I wonder if this is a case where the runner doesn't actually try and pick the ball up. That you just place the gut runner next to the ball and then try and dodge some more pieces out to block. But nope, he went for it, and he managed to pick it up.
Yeah, but it's black liver. Not good. It's not gonna end good.
Well,
Calling it.
He managed to do 2 GFIs in a row, which, as far as I know, that's the first time that Dwarf has done that. At least on this stream.
That's true. He's got to have some luck, but just wait. It's gonna happen again. I'm telling you.
Oh, and a pass which failed.
There it is. I told you, dude. You can't deny the Nuffle. You can go with logistics, but you can't deny Nuffle.
This is an interesting conundrum for the rats, though, because both of the gut runners that are standing are free. But, of course, they're strength 2. So if they want to knock down this runner, it's one of them giving an assist and the other one blitzing, and then that's a 1 die. Or you try and dodge someone else out and blitz. Or you're just like, I don't care. I have agility 4. Normally, a rat picks the ball up on a 2+. In this case, it would be a 3+. I have a reroll. Scoring is important. I'm not actually sure. I want to feel like I want to be like, this is what's going to happen. But these are some experienced coaches, and you know, they're here for a reason. So it'll be interesting to see what Mallak chooses to do here.
Yeah, I mean, if this were me, I would just pick it up and I would score. I'm also not a professional, so don't do what I would do. But that's what I would do, because I would just want to get this ball and get the lead and just make him feel a lot of pressure. Oh, no!
Oh, and that's a 1 on the pickup. Is it going to be rerolled?
And
it's a reroll into 2. Oh, well, okay.
Black Liver's got an aura around him now.
Yeah.
Third cut goes down, but not out.
No, it's one of those cases. If the Dwarves manages to recover this, I mean, regardless of what happens, this is gonna be messy, because there are some Dwarves that are free to move here. But there's, you know, you said in the first half that you're like, okay, weird stuff is gonna start happening, and I think that's gonna keep happening. I think that's what's going on here.
It's always, you always get some of those games where it's just weird things happen, nothing goes right. Even if it does start to go right, then it just gets turned upside down. It's like how Black Liver thought he was doing well and then fell over in the end zone. Another stun. The blitz is coming in. It's just a push. And so now there's 3 dwarves around the ball. The gutter runners kind of on the outside of it.
However, just getting pushes on a blitz, well, not on the blitz, but I mean, the gut runners are standing up. It's if they can somehow manage to push a dwarf onto the ball, it'll scatter somewhere. They might still like the ball is very much not safe at the moment. The dwarves can't run fast.
Nope. Well, down he goes. What was that? Undertable?
That was Undertable.
Undertable. Another guy not really liking him. He should be going with Angry Drunk or Sad Drunk. Those are the big players here. Although you might say, why would you put a ball in a Troll Slayer's hands? You know what? He can slay trolls, dude.
I mean, he could be slaying trolls, but instead he's here doing, Blood Bowl stuff. So
Exterminating rats.
Probably not a proper troll slayer. And Mallak, of course, don't want to blitz with the Rat Ogre. The Rat Ogre, wild animal again. We talked about this before. If you block or blitz, the Rat Ogre does things on a 2+. You have to roll that beforehand. But if you just want to move the Rat Ogre, you have to roll 4 or more, which means that if the Rat Ogre is out of the action, you kind of have to commit the blitz or get lucky. And right now, that's a lot of team value just being wasted that Mallak desperately wants to use.
Mm-hmm. So Cold Filter's all tied up, so he does have to rely on Black Liver if he wants to get that ball too. But that is pending if the Gutter Runners don't get it first.
Okay, and this kind of makes sense here. Mallak is hoping to push the runner onto the ball so it scatters somewhere else. Oh, that is... Let's have a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So without dodging through tackle zones, which is probably going to happen. Okay, here we go.
Oh, he didn't pick it
1.
up.
Gonna be re-rolled. It's re-rolled. Yeah, 3. It's good.
Oh my god.
The re-roll's still available.
Oh!
Snake Eye the dodge.
Damn, the curse of Black Liver. So it's affecting everyone around him still.
It's a black hole full of once.
The Black Hole Liver. Well. Alright, so what do you think he's going to do here? Is he going to just try to pick this ball up and then move it down? Or, what's the best thing to do in this situation if you're the Dwarves?
I mean, you do want to hold on to the ball, but honestly, like, if they can... Let's see here. So, yeah, I was going to say surf this Gutter Runner, which you normally could, but this Gutter Runner here on the left-hand side has sidestep, so you can't surf that Gutter Runner, because the Gutter Runner gets to decide where to move. Oh, probably going to surf by clogging up all of the spaces then, possibly, or just standing around being annoying. But I think the Dwarves are in a pretty good position here, because there's just weak Gutter Runners here. And if Knockoff can actually injure them and get rid of them, he's in a lot better position, right? But at the same time, if he fails to pick the ball up again, the Gutter Runners can just... At some point, they're going to succeed. At some point, they're not going to roll 1s and 2s anymore.
That's what you think, though. I don't know. They might keep rolling 1s and 2s.
Well... Yeah, but I mean, like, you kind of have to expect that at some point the dice are going to average out. Now, that could possibly be next game. There you go. Picked it up. Ooh.
Oh. He's even getting lucky down the field, too.
Yeah.
Tide may be turning.
May very well be. Now, I did say before the start of this game that I did want to see a best of 3 turn into a best of... Oh!
Oh! Another injured rat.
Badly hurt. Not the end of the world. It does mean that if Mallak doesn't get his rats back, he's going to be playing with slightly less players on the pitch.
Mm-hmm. And he only has 1 reroll on top of that.
Okay, so let's see what Mallak does here. Now, it's just really tricky at this point. I mean, it's not tricky, but having invested this many pieces in this area kind of means that at some point you have to make a decision. Okay, do I try and reset and start defending and hope that the Dwarves can't score in the remaining 5 turns? They are on the opposite side of the pitch. Like, they have to go quite a far away to score, but it's at the same time it's kind of hard to disengage. You still have to roll some risky dice. The best gut runner he has, Skaven names, Scalp.
Yeah, I couldn't say the names either.
Okay, and the wild animal actually finally moves. Mallak's probably pleased with that. So yeah, the gut runner here, the sidestepper one, is in a problematic position. Oh, and that's probably not going to get rerolled now. And stunned.
And he's stunned. Well, that's not good. That's not very good at all. But rat moved. Big rat.
Yeah, the big rat moved. That's true.
All right, so is he just gonna try and run this ball down the field? Like, or is he
No,
gonna
I think what's going to happen here is that first of all he's going to surf the sidestepper rat, because normally the sidestepping rat can go wherever he wants to, but if all of the sides are blocked, then he gets to get pushed out. Oh, and a KO.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to mention that player's name for a while. So yeah, that's it. This has been the weirdest game. Failing the touchdown on the first on the final turn on the first half, then the blitz, then failing to pick up the ball like 3 times in a row, and now I think the Dwarves have probably injured enough rats that they can walk or stroll down this this pitch and not worry too much about it.
Barring any insane plays.
Exactly. But on the other hand, if that's the case, then we've got one more game, and there aren't any really serious injuries so far on the rats. So here we go.
That is true.
Dauntless on the rat ogre, knocking it down, but nothing more. Oh. The cage does mean that the rats get to stand up and possibly make some kind of cage. Like, 4 turns for Knockoff to make it all the way down. That is, I mean, it's definitely doable, especially with this few rats around. But if there are just pushes and stuff, it might. It's probably going to work, but it might be slightly more difficult.
He does have to get the rat ogre up again, though. So
I would assume that he's going to blitz with a rat ogre this time, and that would mean it's just a 2+ to get the rat ogre up, because there aren't really any other really good
blitzes to make.
Exactly. Yeah, here we go. Blitzing. The mighty blow. Trolls there probably want to get rid of that as soon as possible. There we go.
got him.
Knocking it down. Let's see if Mighty Blow does anything. Well, armor break.
Angry drunk
and
injured.
Okay. Miss
Gouged
next
eye.
game.
Oh my god.
That is great news for Mallak. That's I mean, comparatively, but still, you gotta be pleased with that. It means that for the next game, if it happens, there's only going to be one Troll Slayer, and it's probably going to be a Troll Slayer without Mighty Blow.
And now he's lost that angry drunk capability where he's just a rageful, fearful drunk, and now he's just down to the sad drunk who's a little slow in his reactions.
And another important thing that VGPurist just pointed out to me, that means that the Rat Ogre actually leveled up. So if the Rat Ogre survives this, there's going to be a new skill on the Rat Ogre next game.
That is very true, actually.
Mm-hmm. And there are a few different picks that you can go for there, but we'll discuss that in between the next two games, assuming of course it happens.
Mm-hmm. If he can score with Cold Filter, he would level up to level 4.
See,
he only needs 1 point.
Yeah, but I think the only one here that loves Cold Filter is you.
I'm telling you, dude. Cold Filter.
I still prefer the Black Liver.
Hmm.
I mean, he's more entertaining to watch.
He is more entertaining to watch. I'll give you that.
Oh, and do we get to see a wrestle? Yeah, we do.
Whoop.
So the Gutter Runner here has dodge and a skill called Wrestle, which means that rather than only both down the pound the skull, rather than getting knocked down, you can choose to, you know what? Both of the players get to lay down on the floor. Nothing more happens.
Yep, rat's down.
Rat's down, but not out, and here comes the foul.
Oh!
Beer mug's going down. Let's see what happens.
Oh, he's gone!
Oh! That is probably one of the worst worst results you want. I mean, it does mean that this Longbeard here is safe, and he's not going to get injured. But not even breaking armor on the Rat Ogre here means that he can blitz someone else again.
Mm-hmm.
And Knockoff only has 3 turns now, so next turn he has to start moving pretty darn quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, I'm pretty sure Knockoff still feels pretty okay, because of course if this second half ends in 0-0, we go to a third golden goal half. And since the Dwarves seem to be winning the endurance or sustainability race, they're probably okay with that.
Yep, that is true. And that's just whoever scores first wins.
Yep. But this does mean that the Gutter Runners do come out to play again. Let's have I need to have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the 7 rats on the pitch versus what? 5, 6, 7, 8 dwarfs. That is to be fair. Oh no! Wild animal, and that's a blitz. So the wild animal only fails on a 1. That was rolled, unfortunately. But yeah, the dwarfs do have a man advantage, but only 1 player, and they probably want a bit more if they want to have the ball be really secure.
I mean, it could happen where another blitz happens on the kickoff or something, and where the Gutter Runners can outmaneuver them and outmove them.
Yeah. And once again, some bad luck in the first 2 block dice here, just pushing the rats around.
A lot of pushing. Not the greatest thing to have happen.
It's the friendliest game. It's just dwarfs and rats going like, no, you move, shove. No, you move, shove.
I almost
That's
feel
a
like
fact.
pushing's just almost more of a frustrating result than actually getting skulls. 'Cause when you get skulls, you're like, well, I'm screwed. When you get pushes, it just builds up your frustration as you just keep shoving them around.
It seems like the Dwarves this time around wants to try and move over to the right-hand side here. Okay, so remember, this is turn 14. So the Dwarves do have to, they have to move.
Yep.
And this runner that's holding the ball, not Cold Filter, Black Liver, can't actually, he can't outrun the gutter runners. So Knockoff is in a precarious situation here. Probably
He
gonna
also
try and
can't move very well. He's Black Liver.
yeah, he's really bad at the GFIs.
And it's his turn. Here he goes.
Okay, let's see how far he likes to go. Okay.
He's not risking it.
Nope. Okay, so there's the gut runner here. Oh,
Rat stands up.
yeah. So
And he'll knock him down. Foam beard.
now I think let's have a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So the rats, because they are that much faster, can run around and get a 2-die block on this runner here. The gut runner here has wrestle, which means that even if a both down result happens, this guy would drop the ball. However, it also means that because the gut runner has strength 2, right?
Yeah.
So it's only a 1-die with an assist, which might not be enough. So,
But against Black Liver, I think it'll be enough.
yeah, no, it seems like Mallak has elected to not try and blitz with the Wrestle Gut Runner, which is probably the better option here. Instead, basing the runner, bringing up the kick, runner to or line rat to block the forward runner, just to make sure. Yeah, I mean, what he's doing here is he's realized quicker than me, which is not that hard to do. That I mean, the most important thing here isn't to get the ball as such, is to make sure that the Dwarves don't score. The rats they're fast enough that they can run down. They have no problem getting to the end zone in 2 turns, if they really need to.
Yeah.
No, and KO'd and a
knocked
dodge.
out.
That's not what you want to see. So, we'll see what happens here. Let's see how far. So the Dwarves have 2 turns.
Yep, 2
1,
turns.
2, 3, 4.
And 2 of them are now trapped up by the Rat Ogre, which isn't very fun to be with.
So this, the Black Liver has to make it at least to the 10-yard line, so 2 steps forward to be able to score next turn. But then again, well, it's one of those really tricky situations because it's risky to run forward and score, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you do, you're probably going to win.
Why did he re-roll the double both down? Did he want to push him out of the way?
No, because the it's probably push him out of the way, so it's an easier dodge. It's also, if he hadn't, the gut runner would have gone for wrestle instead, probably.
Oh, that's right, he has wrestle.
Yeah, so he hoped to reroll and knock the gut runner down, because then the runner could have gone on a slightly easier path, probably. But staying put, which means that the only one in scoring position is your favorite, Cold Filter.
Cold Filter, I'm calling it. Favored by Nuffle. If anyone's going to score, it's him. Black Liver had his chance. Multiple chances.
Well, the
I think if Cold Filter scores, then Dwarves are going to take it all. He's going to be level 4. Dwarves will tie it all up. And game 3, it's done.
Well, the rats, the easiest, I think, way to stop them from scoring, if I'm not mistaken here, would be to just push Cold Filter back 1 square, which they have some options to do. But they could also try and blitz the ball carrier.
What would you do, cKnoor?
At this point, I would stop Cold Filter, because Mallak has a lot of pieces that are KO'd. 2 of them are bound to come back, and they are faster. So yeah, here we go.
That's what he did.
Well, it should have been me in the semifinal. Clearly,
Clearly.
making all the right decisions.
He even gets to stand next to Black Liver again.
Yeah.
Well.
And while the Rat Ogre not being super happy this half.
Yeah,
and
no. Well,
yeah.
that happened.
Not using the reroll there.
Here it is. Turn 16.
And most importantly, the Rats still have a scoring threat in this blitzer. I know everyone thinks that's very important. Well, I think it's very important. It's probably not going to do anything, but it does.
Never say never.
Yeah, I mean it. It's.
Oh, he gets the defender down.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's injured. Oh no.
Oh.
Losing that movement.
That is not what you want on a Gutter Runner. More importantly, getting a stat decrease also means that it's a miss next. So regardless if Mallak keeps that player or not, that player is not going to be in the next game.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
No, it's anything that's a miss next, and all of the stat decreases also means it's a miss next. It's even worse.
Well, the sad drunk getting some revenge for his brother, the angry drunk.
I don't know which one I like the least, the sad drunk or the angry drunk. I think it's the angry drunk.
I feel like the angry drunk makes the bigger plays. He's like more of the star, while the sad drunk kind of just lives in the shadows. And this is his time to shine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you're an angry drunk or a sad drunk doesn't mean that they're angry or sad drunks on the pitch. Could just be how they react to once the game's done. Oh, and here we go, knocking down the Rat Ogre. And we'll Ooh, this is actually... I was going to say, we're probably going to see a foul. But I'm not so sure about that. Nope. Instead, I'm going to block the scoring threat.
Doubled both down.
But
So he
didn't
stands.
manage to do it. Which kind of makes this a... Oh, no, that's... Okay, so...
Yep.
Well... what needs to... But what needs to happen now for Mallak to win on this turn is that I think the Storm Vermin here has to dodge and blitz a 2-die against, get the runner to get knocked down, then the Gutter Runner can pick it up and pass down the pitch and score. But that's not happening because there are only currently 5 rats on the pitch. So Mallak really needs to get these KOs back if he can, because we are going into overtime.
Yep. So he's trying to knock out that dwarf, but...
Yeah. Do you know what the saddest thing about overtime is?
What's that?
It's that the end of our section has come. We are going to be replaced by VGPurist, Lewpac, And, well, VGPurist and Lewpac are coming in, so we'll just sit here and be sad until until they come in and bother us.
It won't be
Yes.
so sad, right? Come on. So overtime, so he needs to get a bunch of guys back in. KOs. And it looks like he's got a good number of them back, so that's really lucky for the Skaven team. But the Dwarves are going to be receiving it here.
It's
He should be able to get good.
Good luck with
interesting.
overtime, guys. I just want to say goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys. Great job before.
Yes.
Right, welcome, guys, to overtime in this match number 2 between Mallak and Knockoff. The series is currently 1-0 to the Skaven. The Dwarves are looking to come back into it, and it looks like they've made up for the lack of damage in the first game for sure, including one permanent injury on a gutter runner there. Now, I've noticed some weird things with overtime. Sometimes all of the KOs automatically come back in overtime, and I'm not sure why. I believe they should, by default, all come back, but they haven't. And it does look like the Dwarfs have won the toss and chose to receive, which is absolutely huge in this situation.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be sudden death, and Dwarf team just need to cage up hard, roll up the pitch, and hopefully be able to win it by the end, and not go into kicks.
The Mighty Blow Troll Slayer being injured was quite big for the Skaven, I would say.
Man.
I mean, the damage is already done, but it might help them hold up a little bit in this second half. So the Dwarfs are missing 1 player. The Skaven are missing 2, I believe, which isn't terrible for the Skaven.
That's huge. When he's missing that Troll Slayer with the Mighty Blow, I mean, that's the way of cutting down the Skaven. As you can see, it's such a different game when they do have the injuries on the side. I mean, last game, it was totally on the Skaven side, and just nothing they could really do to thwart the speed. But with the gutter runner, with the wrestle and the block down, with the wrestle and the dodge down, it's just a big difference. And he's not going to even have to worry about him for the rest of the match.
Wrestle is a huge tool against Dwarfs. It's a good way, because once you get them on the floor, they're even slower. I guess, I mean, this again, if Knockoff plays solid, the Skaven are unlikely to get the opportunity on the balls that they did in the second half.
Extremely unlucky, yeah.
The blitz, so the 1 in 36 failure on the dodge to score, that was, we did say earlier, cKnoor and I, that games are won and lost on the 1 in 36s, and that is exactly what happened.
Yeah,
He did all the tough stuff and then failed the easy bit. But such is Blood Bowl. Now here we're going to see a fair old beating on the LOS, but nothing even stunned for the Skaven, so they'll be pleased with that.
That's really nice. Starting off with no injuries on the front line, huge.
And remember, this is sudden death, so the next touchdown will win. There'll be no stalling, there'll be no nothing. Unless the Dwarfs get the massive upper hand and they farm for injuries.
Dwarven team just needs to just cage up hard, like you said, and just win the game. I mean, I've been in this position many a time before. Skaven team is also one of the teams I play, and it's just so hard to break that cage through and try to get through and stop the ball carrier.
It's not a fun situation to be in.
They have to make some type of risky maneuver, some type of maybe 2 red die block, or just get lucky somewhere. Dwarves just slip somewhere. It's just, if they play solid Blood Bowl, then Dwarves will be fine.
I think he can afford to feel out the defense first. Maybe take a stab at the Troll Slayer with the Rat Ogre, just try and get something done. That's his saving grace. The Rat Ogre is worth 2 or maybe even 3 Dwarfs if he's positioned well. That might help him if he can tie up a few guys. He will get potentially some blocks on these 3 linemen at the front. So he got his injury luck in the first game. He might get it again.
For the sake of the Dwarves, I hope not. I almost kind of hope for a game 3, because how much more exciting would that be? It's just, it could swing either way. Both of these teams just missing their really good weapons here. One with the Mighty Blow and the other one with the Wrestle. So it would almost be kind of even.
Yeah, I mean, this is always favouring the Dwarfs right now. I mean, I think overtime always favours the receiving team. regardless, because if you're a slow, grindy team, you just take it slow and grind. If you're a quick team, you just score and you win on golden goal.
Yeah.
I think it's a balance issue that I'd like to see addressed, or at least some ideas thrown out. I don't have a suggestion. I don't know how I would change it personally, but I do think it slightly favours the receiving team, even if the defending team got a +1 to the kick result if it went the whole distance.
Yeah, not just slightly, but it really gives the advantage to the receiving team for sure. But I mean, I have casted one of those games before where in the old, Blood Bowl Chaos Edition, the overtime period where you would get 4 rounds on top of the 4 rounds. If nobody scored, you still went 4 more rounds until
it just kept going. Yeah,
it just kept going and going, and like it's just now it's fatigue. It's almost like the Wimbledon, It's just like, how long do we go, before we say.
He's set up for 3 dice on the Troll Slayer. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
So again,
huge.
he's doing the right thing, using his Mighty Blow to pick on the Armor 8, and he gets a stun. He wasn't quite rewarded for that.
Almost. But yes, that's definitely the way to go.
Double 1 on the injury. Yeah, I think you pick on the weak links, and then you look to get your sidestep in position at some point. But Knockoff, in the back of his mind, he's got to be thinking, I've played through 2 full games now, and I haven't scored a touchdown yet. That's got to be on his mind.
That is, but you have to remember that this is a Dwarf team, and you often win games like that, where it's just 1-0. You get into lots of draws where it's 0-0, 1-1. You just gotta. That's his Dwarven game. Especially the Dwarves. I mean, they need to. I mean, I think they need to get this down, and like you said, definitely would be really nice for the psyche to make the score right here, because otherwise, yeah, if they don't score it, and they get to the kicks,
the game will be a coin flip. But Mallak has already denied him on 2 drives, and okay, he's down a couple of players, but who's to say he can't deny him again?
Yeah, I have to say, Malak's defense has been extraordinarily well placed, and so far has really been proving me wrong. I thought the Dwarves were just gonna steamroll them 2-0, bunch of rats on the side, something like that. But no.
Well, we have got a bunch of rats on the side now.
Well, yeah, now we do, but it's just, I think really, really superior playing. I mean, by both sides, but definitely for sure the Skaven team is just showing a really good hand here.
Well, they're not an easy team to coach, really.
That's for sure.
Wow, this is a few beatings going on here on the line rats though.
And like I said here, it's just you cage up hard. What's the Skaven team gonna do? It's just, wow. Like climbing a mountain here. It's gonna be very difficult, especially without the wrestle gutter runner.
He's got 2 stuns, so he's still got 8 players to play with here.
Definitely not out of it. Anything can happen in Blood Bowl. That's the beauty.
7. I don't think he can try anything too fancy here. I think we're just going to see him just set up to slow the Dwarfs down. How he is going to survive 6 more turns, I'm not sure. But this game is always on the clock. I can't help but think if he'd scored that 1-0, I think he would have taken the series if he'd have made that dodge. And it's horrible when it comes down to that.
Go for it, Will.
Well, I suppose the Dwarfs did fail to go for it in the first drive as well. Yeah. So the luck evened out, but the GFI is 6 times more likely to fail than the dodge.
Yeah, you're right about that. It always seems to be that 1 in 6. Oh man, like I see in chat, that 1 in 36 just happens all the time.
I wonder here, like, would you try and slide the Rat Ogre in the back, get him on the ball, because it takes a few guys to deal with the Rat Ogre, which is nice. Yeah, this is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just get him in there.
Bit of Mighty Blow luck is always going to be nice. Oh wow! Come on!
Get it.
Oh, that's a beaut. Because now the thing is it takes a few, unless he wants to use the Troll Slayer, which he probably doesn't because of the GFI and the Dauntless. It now takes 2 or 3 Dwarfs to clear out the Rat Ogre. Or you take the 4+ dodge, which has a 25% of falling, and you don't want to drop the ball in front of a load of Skaven.
Yeah, that's the trouble with Dwarves here. It's just, I think one person said it a long time ago to me, and he said, I don't think I'll ever expect to see Dwarves win a championship because any really good coach should be able to just overcome that movement allowance.
Strength 2 becomes Strength 1. He's now he's now officially a snotling with a bit more armor. Wow.
And if that's not worth the firing, then I don't know what. I don't know why you keep that around.
I think he kept him just as additional fodder. I think he just wanted that extra, that 14th man. And looking at his injury box, it probably wasn't the worst idea.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So we're gonna see a 2-dice blitz on the Rat Ogre. But what it is gonna mean is the Dwarfs are not going anywhere this turn. They're gonna stay pretty much stationary here. Well, they have to move now if they don't break the armor.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to move.
They have to move the ball now.
Yeah, because given an opportunity, as a Skaven coach, you would take that 2 red die block on the ball carrier any day of the week.
Well, it's not even a 2 red die. He's just got to do move some assists.
Oh yeah, that's true. They just need to take away some assists. Yeah.
It would have been a 1 die where he was. Right. So another awkward spot. We've got the dwarf cube, as seems to be the tradition.
Can't get any more safer than that, right?
No. I mean, the Dwarves had a wizard as well. How they've got dragged into overtime. I definitely think Mallak is playing the better of the two at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Definitely right now, Mallak is playing a lot better. But, I mean, again, it's kind of easier to say when none of your guys were getting injured in the first game. Second game, just totally different. This is how much...
But he's got 5 injuries, and he was up against a wizard. And he still brought it to overtime.
And he's still bringing it in. But again, dwarven speed. I mean, it's just that slow. But as long as he's able to cage up, he still should be able to prove it. He should be able to get into game 3 situation and get the monkey off the back.
He's going very aggressive with the basing here. Obviously knows that this is the only way he's going to slow up the Dwarfs. I'd like to see him hit that Troll Slayer with the Rat Ogre. The problem is if he gets a push, it goes into a Frenzy Trap. So I think he's going to have to settle for blocking the Longbeard, seeing what happens. But again, you don't really want the Dauntless guy hitting your... Don't want the Dauntless guy hitting your Rat Ogre.
And you don't even want to just pick him up even.
Second game in a row, he's had to use his Apo on a KO'd Rat Ogre. Yeah. One of the disadvantages of a Rat Ogre as a big guy is his armor 8.
Blitz fail on the wild animal again. How many wild animals are we gonna see on this Rat Ogre?
This is a problem. Again, it's the big guy liability, but I think in tournament play, Skaven do want a Rat Ogre because he just enables a lot of stuff that they wouldn't usually be able to do. And he's brilliant. True. He's not one of my favourite big guys, but he's brilliant for tying up players that you don't want to deal with. Takes the 1 dice, gets a little splash of luck there.
Yeah, and if he gets the lucky mutation, then of course you take Claw with him. Then you have a Minotaur on your side.
yeah. Again, I don't think the Minotaur's a very good big guy.
No, yeah.
The best big guys, in my opinion, are the Croxigor. And the beast of Nurgle is good.
Don't forget about the tree guy.
I've warmed to trees since my World Cup run with Wood Elves. I've warmed to trees. I actually think they're great when you're against bashy teams because it's just one less thing to worry about on the LOS.
Yeah, and on top of that, at least you'll be able to help control the center, which is really huge.
Until they take root.
And there you go. See, he didn't even just break a sweat on that. Just hits down that Storm Vermin, moves over to the right side, cage up again. He's got plenty of time. 5 turns, slow and methodical, but that's what he needs to do.
Yeah, he's gonna just switch it to the right.
Eventually, the Skaven's going to have to just take an awful risk, or just let it go into game 3 without taking a risk.
Well, no, because if they can stall them out, it goes to a coin flip.
That is true.
So, I mean, that's got to be the Skaven game plan. Once again, he knows that he's not going to get a shot at the ball. What's a problem now is his Rat Ogre is massively out of position.
Yeah, at this point, he's just...
He needs, unfortunately, to blitz with him.
Right.
And just
have a really good shot.
just get him moving. Like, but if he's marked by 2 dwarfs, he's not going to move. 1 dice. Oh,
Gets it right there. Wow. That's fortuitous. And the injury with the KO. Oh, he's certainly weak.
yeah. The Skaven cannot survive this battle of attrition here. Wow, interesting dodge there.
Yeah.
Dodge GFI. Obviously wanting to cover the back. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skaven, he could actually get a 2 dice uphill on the ball if he really wanted to. Wild Animal gets up.
Lucky for that.
I mean, what's he got at the other end to defend with? 5 guys.
Gonna be so difficult. Once
Yeah.
once the runner gets past the red zone, which in my opinion is the 14-yard line for the Dwarves, it's
The problem is the 2 dice uphill with no wrestle is just terrible.
yeah.
It's just not good. He needs his wrestle, dude.
Yeah, he needs to wrestle. He needs to strip ball. Well, strip ball's not gonna help here, but
So they're going to take a block here. But there's no... And they just don't have the numbers here to mount a defense. They've got 2 guys free, 1 guy who can dodge. Kind of makes me think he's going to go for the crazy play.
I don't know. But do you do that? You know, seeing that you can go into game 3. I mean, if you go for the crazy play and get some big injury without an apothecary, you know, it's just, do you take that risk?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think, in my opinion, just get in his way as best as you can without really sacking your best pieces.
Yeah, don't expose yourself to risk. Now, do we think Mallak will get a wizard of his own in game 3? He's probably gonna, if he's not got his skilled gutter runner, he's probably gonna have some money to play with.
Oh yeah, I think that'd be really good. But the thing about the wizard is that it's not as great on an armor value 9, but they do have a really good follow-up because gutter runners can just make it anywhere.
It's a different tool. It's a different tool
Yeah,
for different
yeah.
teams.
You're
For
right.
Skaven, the wizard is not a damage-dealing tool. For Skaven, the wizard is a tool to make the ball carrier drop the ball. And
Yeah.
once the ball's on the floor, the gutter runners do their thing. For dwarfs or something, again, you know, for dwarfs it's good to bust up a tough group of Skaven, and with their armor 7, they might even get damaged in the process.
That is true. Yeah, and like I said before, the Skaven team is truly an opportunistic team, and they definitely need to have those openings. So I don't see why he wouldn't want to get the wizard, but maybe getting another gutter runner would be good too, because he's gonna need it.
Yeah, he's shown by picking up the loner before that he definitely likes to play with 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that death injury in the game prior was definitely a huge help to Alcoholics right here.
I mean, Tournament Blood Bowl in the NAF world, the tabletop world, generally plays with the resurrection format, where you know no injuries are permanent, no one dies, so you keep your team roster between the games, which people might say is more of a test of skill. But I kind of think injuries and deaths are part of the fun of Blood Bowl. That's what makes it Blood Bowl.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you still get those big injuries. It's just that the thing about that is, at least if you're playing in the tournament, right? And if you're playing agility and low armor value teams such as the Skavens, then at least after, say, the first game, you're not completely out of the tournament if you manage to win the game.
Exactly. Like that's why Wood Elves are a popular choice in a resurrection format. Because you might lose players in a game, but at least you've still got them for your next game. So I think Mallak now has to make a decision. He's like, am I going crazy play for the ball, or am I just going to run away and let them walk it in? Because he's not getting in front of him now properly.
Yeah, again, I think
he's not getting him, holding him back for 3 turns. So I think he's either in or he's out now. You don't risk more players because he's going to give up a surf on this gutter runner unless he blitz. Yeah, he is blitzing the Troll Slayer.
He's gonna have to blitz the Troll Slayer in front, get the guys in front like he is doing now, and then make him prove it. 3 more turns. I mean, he could put up a nice defense, but
he's gonna have to get exceptionally lucky though, because that line rat on the left is getting moved anyway. He's in base to base, so he's getting moved. So the dwarfs can possibly just go sideways, and then the rats are in trouble because they can't cover both sides. The only reason they can defend competently now is because the dwarfs are on one side. If turn 22 they switch to the middle, there's just not enough rats to cover everything right now, especially with the rat ogre being a bit of an idiot down the bottom.
Yeah,
and he's gonna have to dodge. He's gonna have to dodge this storm vermin, but he can't hold this off. It's a shame.
I think at least he will put up the best defense, which I think is what he's doing now. Is just put up 2 guys in front and then try to put another green at the left side. Yeah, he's gonna put the gunner runner in the back and then put the storm vermin in front. Try to dodge.
Yeah, which if it was turn 22 or 23, then it wouldn't be so bad. You know, you can start your last ditch stuff. But at the moment,
right.
I like this play. Actually, I really like this play. He can't use a reroll here, can he? Well, I guess he can. I guess he actually can, because it's not going. It's probably not going to the penalty kicks, is it?
Go to the penalty kicks. Yeah. So
I really like moving the gutter runner onto the Troll Slayer was fantastic, because obviously with sidestep and frenzy, you can guide the Troll Slayer to wherever you want.
Yeah, which would be back into your guys. Yeah.
You can effectively use the Troll Slayer to block a square.
Meaningless KO in the back.
Yeah, too little, too late. Nice for the rat ogre to get some practice though.
So now the dwarves has a choice. I think moving it back to the center, and then once he gets the ball back in the center, he'll be okay. And then he has a choice of which way he wants to score. Yeah, he's going to use the blitz on the line, right?
Absolutely no hesitation from Knockoff, by the way. Like, straight on his turn, 10 seconds in. You know, you wouldn't think he's playing for $4,500 potentially. But...
wouldn't that be nice? 400,000.
400,000.
400,000. That would have been nice.
Well, we'll have to speak to the lovely people at Asus.
Yeah.
See what they're thinking for next year's World Cup 2017.
Focus Home Interactive, get on that, please. 400,000 grand prize.
Yeah. The international, 1 million.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh, then you'd get players to play Blood Bowl, huh? I think
everyone would become a Blood Bowl player. So again, he's using this blitzer as sort of a backup.
Yep, that's really key right there. Yeah, he's just gonna cage up again, nonchalantly in the center, and again he still has any which way to score it. Not enough Skaven to stop him, unless the Skaven wants to do something crazy, hop into the cage. But I don't see that happening in the best of 3 series.
Oh, Troll Slayer attempted a dodge there. Interesting.
It's fine. He's already made his cage. Skaven will have to do too much to try to stop every which way touchdown. He's got this nice huge cone in front. There's no way the Skaven can put up a nice defense.
I think he's just going to have to try and knock over this blitzer at the front.
More wild animals. Wow.
50. This is where the rat ogre big guy. You know, wild animals horrible, because when you don't actually want to hit with them, you've got a 50-50 chance that they do nothing, and that's quite an expensive player to be doing nothing. It's a lot of value.
At least he doesn't drop his tackle zones. At least, but I mean.
Yeah, but the tackle zones mean nothing if he's in the wrong place, and right now.
Yeah, he's
definitely in the wrong place. I mean, what could he have done? I might have actually gone for the blitz GFI with him into the cage.
I think, you know what? I think I would agree with you, except again, best of 3.
Yeah, but at this point, you know, again, you get the rat ogre onto the ball, and suddenly the dwarfs have got to do something to move him. They've got to put in a few more players. That's
Yeah.
the beauty of the strength 5. The dwarfs need a few bodies to handle it.
Yeah, and the Troll Slayer's laying down, so he can't even help. But he's already wild animal, so this is pretty much a done deal here. He can't put up a solid defense against the dwarves.
No. I think he just has to blitz that blitzer, set up 2 columns, storm vermin at the front, gutters at the back, and just try and respond to whatever way they go.
Yeah, it's all but a done deal. So how's the lizard team and the?
I'm not sure.
orcs doing?
Do you know? I'm not sure how the other game's going. I'm gonna have a quick peek. But there's a variety of streams to watch it on. There's quite a few people hosting this game.
Yeah, and that one. That one is a huge game because Spartaco, a really good player, very established. Guinness, also really good. I mean, just the short time I've seen him play so well. And he qualified from my league that I admin for, the North America TTS League.
0-0 at the moment in the other game. Turn 6 with the Lizards on the offense. Ball looking pretty safe, actually. And the score looking pretty safe as it goes. So I think Guinness will get his turn 8 score here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the Skaven again have gone quite aggressive. I'm not sure how much I like it because obviously it was unfortunate that he didn't knock down the blitzer.
I think it might be a good idea because he might be getting some Nuffle. You know, that's all you really can help for is just Nuffle and then get the skulls, make him use his last reroll.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah. Quad skulls. Oh, see, now he's in trouble.
No quads. Well, I would say trouble.
Not trouble, but
now the rats can go a little bit more aggressive.
yeah. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Use his last reroll as well. So if it does go into kicks, then he doesn't have that +1 advantage going for the kicks.
Suddenly, he slowed down his turn a bit. There's another skull, but unfortunately, it didn't have a little skull buddy with it.
Oh man, that's that right there.
He's got to be careful blocking that sidestepper because he could just end up on the ball. I don't think. I don't even think he can block the sidestepper here.
No, he can't. I think he's gonna have to go to the right side with his ball. He's a little bit exposed, so he's gonna have to go
but
to
look
the right.
at because of the down rat, he'll have to go backwards to go forwards.
Yeah, that is true.
And with no tackle, he needs to put the tackler on both of those gutter runners.
Oh man. Now he's actually seeing that's the advantage of going a little bit aggressive. Sure, he could get hit, but
wow, he's actually going to stand next to this.
so one more turn, and he's gonna have to do a go for roll. With
Another double skulls.
That's
Another
what I'm
double
talking
skulls.
about.
Oh my god, this can't be happening.
This can't be
cannot
happening. Holy.
Not like this. Not like this.
And excitement in the tournament hall.
Oh my
Skaven could just win it outright.
Well, they'll have to win it on penalty kicks. It's a 50-50, really, isn't it?
Don't forget his Rat Ogre can now join the fight if he wanted to. I mean, he could.
No, not really. Well, actually, do you know what? Depends on his positioning because he can't really hit the ball. Well, actually, no, he can get a 1 dice on the ball here. If he wanted to, he could have used the 2 gutter runners to cancel all those assists and just 1 dice the ball with his line.
A little bit of 1 die, yeah.
A little bit rowdy to be attempting that, I would say.
But he's not going to do that. Wow.
I think now just go on. Oh no! I wanted him to blitz. I know.
I thought I saw the blitz. I swear. I thought I saw it, but no.
Get the
not gonna do
tail
that.
on the ball.
No, he's just surrounding the cage, so he can't move so well.
But again,
he won't be able to help.
he's gonna get another tackle zone on the ball here. This is huge. It's gonna be tackle zone. The dwarfs are gonna have to do some work.
Oh, and an armor break.
And a KO.
Oh.
Well, any armor break is good now, like because there's no more turns after the next.
Well, yeah, that's true. But
So
it's
look,
just one less
he-
guy.
So he's got 2 tackle zones on the ball. One of them can be cleared easily. I think he needs a third. I think he needs to put the sidestepper in there, but he hasn't really gotten a way in.
No,
Has he blitzed yet? He hasn't blitzed yet. Has
no,
he?
he hasn't blitzed. But
Oh,
he
my
still could get another rat, and I think the better way to go maybe is to try to blitz somehow the top right Longbeard that's holding up the front right of the cage, but and he
Oh
still
my.
has the Stormvermin before attack as well, so
Oh
he could
my
just take
God.
away the assist, get a 1-die block, and just push him away at the very least.
Right,
And yeah,
Lizards,
at least
Lizards
touch
have
him.
gone 1-0. Lizards have gone 1-0. Guinness is leading
Yay!
Spartaco in
Oh,
game
oh.
1.
I'm not showing any bias, guys. I'm not showing any bias.
Do you play in Legion League where Guinness hails from?
No,
He's
North
got-
American
he's
TTS League.
He's got a lot of support from them guys.
Oh, yeah. He plays in multiple leagues. He also plays in the USAB, and so he had won the championship just before qualifying from my league, the North American TTS League. So he's pretty darn good.
He's trying to think what the most optimal move is here, and this is where you see players use their whole 4 minutes, like
Right.
because he's thinking how the dwarf he would do it as the dwarf. He's thinking now, who would I block as the dwarf to free up this ball? So
Oh,
obviously
man.
the kick line rat is not a problem. He's getting removed. He's almost irrelevant at this point. So
Yeah,
that
he's
would then,
out of there.
That would then leave a blitz.
I
Blitz on that, and then he could run sideways.
He's got to put him to the top right. He's got to. Yeah, there we go.
So what is
See?
he going to 1-dice? Is he going to 1-dice this guy? I think you just don't take the block
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Don't take the block, but
there you go. Because a skull
Yeah.
opens you up, and it gives him the opportunity.
oh yeah, if you skull it, it's
Absolutely no hesitation from
my
Knockoff
goodness,
there.
yes.
Not even.
He knew.
a pause.
knew.
Why did he follow
probably
up?
saw it.
Why did he follow up? He just blocked himself.
Oh, he did.
He wanted. I would have brought the Troll Slayer through that gap. Oh, maybe he's got a different plan. Who knows? This sidestepper could be a right
Yeah, I
pain
would have.
here, though.
I would have put the Troll Slayer through the gap because if it was a push, then he'd be in a lot more trouble because then the rat would still be up. But
This is
luckily
no.
for him-
Look at this now. Even if he clears the tackle zone, he's got no route through. The gap's too small. Oh no, he can hit the. He has got one more chance to knock over the Stormvermin, but it's a 1-dice
Oh no, I think
because his guard is stunned. Oh, this is too
Oh,
much.
this
This
is
is
too
too
much.
much for me, man. Oh god.
Oh no, and he.
I should
needs-
have worn. If I'd have known a dwarf game could be this exciting, I would have worn adult diapers.
He's gonna he's gonna have to make the top block with 1 die and only a defender down, defender stumbles. That's not a good percentage.
Yeah, he's got to do something. Suddenly, Knockoff has slowed his turn down a bit as well. You'll notice.
Yeah.
So he can't use the guy who's on the rat ogre. He can't use the guy down the bottom who's marked. He's got 2 players. He's got to.
He's
Hang
got
on.
to make the block from the top. That's the only.
No, he has no move. He has no move right now. I can't. Even
he
if
can blitz
makes,
through. He can blitz through, but
No, he
he's-
can't
he's-
because how does he go through? He's going to have to run through the 3 dodges through the
Oh,
gutter
yeah.
runner.
Well, I'm
I
glad
don't,
it's.
I don't know what he does here.
See, this is why I like playing elves. Because elves, it would be like, oh, okay, I'll just dodge through and then I'll just make the dinky pass and then.
Mallak
You know.
has played 5 halves against Knockoff without him scoring. It looks like. Oh, he's made the dodge. He's going to do
He's
a pass.
made it. Okay, so he's gonna make the pass.
What is
So
this?
he's gonna
What
blitz.
is- What
He's
is
gonna-
this?
No, he can't blitz with the passer.
No, you can't blitz and pass. He's just going to
Yeah.
pass it.
He's just gonna pass it straight away and just hope for the
He's
best.
made it. He's
I
made
think
it.
he's got it. He's got
No,
it.
he's made
Oh
it.
my god!
What is this?
And we're going to game 3. And
No!
on that bombshell.
Not like this, dwarf.
On that bombshell, we are going to game 3. Holy crap!
Oh my word! I don't know
Against
what we
the
just
tackle
saw,
zone
boys.
from there. That right there was a 5+, wasn't it? Crap.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I
I'm
see.
sorry.
Serious.
Oh, sorry about that, chat. Oh my god, that didn't mean to scream in your ears off, but wow, I'm exhausted.
And the Storm Vermin skill.
I just. Oh my god.
Dwarves know how to pass.
Mallak did not deserve that.
Alright YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember to leave it a thumbs up at the bottom. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos, do check out the channel and hit subscribe on your top right.